There's a lot of ghosts lingering here in Rome, but where are they? Well, let's find out.
Something terrible happened right where your feet are. This story, it's about a pope, Sixtus V. There are lots of legends about this pope, especially about the fact that he had a very bad temper and very little patience. If he lost his patience with you, he will just chop your head off without thinking twice. Now, these are just legends, but you know, when there are so many legends about the same thing, the hint of truth must be there. This pope, he lived in the 1500s and he had also a very dangerous habit. In the evening, he liked to change his clothes from pope clothes into civilian clothes and walk around Rome without being recognized to listen to what people were saying, especially what they were saying about him. One evening he came here to Piazza Navona. At the time there were lots of restaurants, just like today, and here there was a tavern, and he stopped at this tavern. He sat at the counter and he ordered some wine. And then he tried to prompt a conversation with the innkeeper, but that day the innkeeper didn't want to talk, he was not in the mood. And so he insisted a little bit until at some point the innkeeper started to talk. Maybe a little bit too much. You know what innkeepers do, no? They start complaining about politics at some point, which at the time was the Pope. And he started to say things like, oh, did you hear this idiot? He wants to put a tax on wine. Oh, if only I had it in front of me, I would just slap him in the face. At that point, the Pope was like, okay. He finished his glass of wine and he left. The following morning, he opened his tavern and he noticed that they were setting up a platform right here in front of his tavern. And he was like, finally a good day today. They're gonna do executions in front of my tavern. People will come and watch because people were going to watch the executions. And during the wait, they will order wine. It's gonna be a good day of business. He didn't know that that platform was actually for him. Shortly after, the guards of the Pope took the innkeeper and they chopped his head off. The fellow innkeepers were in shock. I mean, this could have happened to any of them. How many times it happens that you start complaining about politics to a customer? And how are you supposed to recognize the Pope if he's not dressed like a Pope? And so they were so in shock that to remember their colleague and to remind everyone that you shouldn't talk too much when in front of strangers, they made a sculpture of the face of the innkeeper and they put it right above the tavern.
Highly recommend going on a live virtual guide tour with Federica and her other talented tour guides.
Wait for you.
Stay curious, my friends.
Ciao.